Hello, humans, ghouls, and mutated fools. Welcome back to another episode of Spellcaster University. Funny story. I went through and I recorded this entire episode with all the commentary as I played, and the lovely computer did not record the audio. So I'm going to try and commentate for you while watching it and get some audio put back in. Uh, First, we're going to start off by really kicking it into gear and going to meet the king and trying to get our factions uh, relationships back up. That way we can start kicking back the Lord of Evil. We're going to tell the king just go and join the hunt because that wasn't really a really good thing, but it really boosted up. We're still pulling from the light deck. We still need the Reflectory. We got Bright Staff Refractory, which is good. It lets the teachers go ahead and eat at the house that is very helpful. It lets them stick around more and makes them happier. Let's see, we have a Smart Child of Nature. I don't have a house for them yet. I really want to get one, but for right now, I'm just gonna put them in my smart class. I kind of had to struggle here because I was trying to remember what my houses were. Mari, you can cut this part out where I'm trying to remember the houses. With assigning the students, I'm going to start going a little bit faster just so we can kick speed up a little bit. We have the circus handler curriculum, which is bestiality and, well, not bestiality, but we're going to cut that out too. We have the circus handler curriculum, which is beast magic and elementalism. So I need to get a house that's going to let me put that a little bit more into focus. I'm going to start putting my students into the houses a little bit faster so that I don't spend as much time on them. And we're just going to let the year play out. Now, as I said before, I recorded all this commentary as I was playing, and now I have to re-record it over. So this is going to be a little bit awkward because I don't really know how to do commentary over commentary. We're going to graduate some of our students finally. Let's see, an altar child. It's kind of not the best. Wizard apprentice. That's good. We're going to take it. I mean, that's all we can take. Peasant, they can definitely do better. We'll do the altar child. Wizard apprentice. We'll take it. Village guardian. Well, we'll have to take it. Village mage, we kind of have to take it, but I would like herbalist. Okay, peasant. Let's pull from the alchemy deck. We can have an observatory or a library. I really like the library, and we haven't gotten one yet, so we're going to take it. The library is really good. It lets students basically study whatever they want, whatever subject they want, while they're in there and improve their skills while they're in there. It's just really great, and I love it. I love the library. I usually like to have at least 2 in the school, but our card draws have just been really crap on this run. So let's see here. We have more students. I'm just going to kind of flip by these. I'm going to pull from the light deck. I have a trophy room. The trophy room basically lets me put things in the room, and any effects of the objects that I set in the room apply to whatever rooms are vertical and horizontal with it. The orc tribe came. They wanted tribute. I had a high enough reputation with them to tell them just go away, but I like keeping a good reputation with them, so I went ahead and I gave them some alchemy points. We're going to go visit the king. Ooh, let's see, they're making circus. We're going to ask for money with the Pegasus because we have a Pegasus and I want money. Then we're going to pull from the arcane deck, backfinery, which is temporal magic. That's not very useful to us right now. A side crystal, it makes them faster, but it also accelerates their needs. I don't really want that. The fairy dragon is really nice. It gives us a better chance of new students being non-human, and I really like non-human students, so I'm going to take that because that means that I'll have a better chance of getting elves, orcs, and like vampires and things like that. This is a really poor pull. We can get another alchemy room. I'll go ahead and I'll go with that, and I'll just sit it down so they have more places to study. Not really great choice on teachers. They're both mediocre. That one's a poser, and Corpor Sano. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with, I believe, the Elder, just because you can't really avoid the Elder trait. It just makes them slower, but what are you going to do? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to let time pass until we can do something here. I still need to get rid of the minstrel. All we need to do is get a reliquary out of the light deck. I can try to visit the merchants. Oh, here's a deep folk person. And then we have more human students coming out. I still don't have any shadow classrooms, really, which is kind of sucks because they're not really learning anything in that house. But, you know, we try. I really want a reliquary. I can't say that word, but that's what I want to pull, and the light deck isn't really cooperating with me right now. I can visit the merchants and try to buy one from them, but the chances of them having it is going to be it's going to be a roll of the dice, and it's going to cost me money. But I think I'm desperate enough that I'm going to go ahead and try it anyway. Especially since we're halfway through the campaign set for this school, and we don't have much going for us. We're kind of halfway there on the merchants stuff, but we don't have the circus handlers, and we definitely don't have the nature. Here's some more students. We're just going to toss them into our general class because they're all just slow or normal. I mean, this is Shadow Disciple, but it's slow. It's kind of a, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go to the merchant campsite and see if they can give me the artifact I want for the light. This costs me money, and of course, they don't. I guess I'll go ahead and I'll take the magic armor. It gives them more durability and health. I want to put it in the front room because that way if we have an attack on the school, the students will run past it, but it won't let me set anything down. And of course they're bored. They want a thing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll just give them a critter, because I don't want to give up my mana. They already have it. I'm not going to give them a plant that's going to take away their health. And I mean, it'll take away their boredom, but I'm not going to get them a freaking plant that's going to take their health. They already have a witch's cat, so I'm just going to sell this. Normally I wouldn't. I would just put the witch's cat down, but I have other pets that I want to like pull and use pet things for. Here I thought that if I had moved my orc hound, I'd be able to put the magic armor in the front room. It didn't work out that way, but let's be honest, I need to move the orc hound anyway, so that he interacted with students more, where they would like be around, because he bites students and makes them move faster and misbehave less and study better, so he's better off in the library anyway. But it still wouldn't let me put my magic armor in the front room, which honestly is just frustrating. So I just went ahead and I'll kind of drop it back where I had it initially. And we'll pull from there. We still don't have a reliquary, but we have a trophy case, which gives students ambitious trait. In the room that they're in, I'm going to put it in the trophy room, and that's going to impact all of the rooms that are on the same level as it, but are also under it or above it. And here I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab I believe The counselor's office is useful because it gives them an extra choice, but I want the crystal staff because it means they learn magic faster, and I want my students to learn faster, especially because being they're being kind of handicapped right now. So anything that makes them learn faster is the best choice right now. We got some more students. I'll put them in their smart class. This was a child of nature, so they just go to the smart class again. Or they should be going to the smart class. Don't make a liar out of me, past me. Past me? I was obviously talking there, Mara. You could cut that.
I was just waiting for you to say, pass me, no!
I was worried that I was gonna be upset at myself at some point during this. Like at some point during this, I'm sure I'm gonna watch myself make some kind of decision. I'm gonna go, ugh. And then I will be alongside you viewers as you go, why did you do that? I do that a lot as I'm watching uh, decisions being made. So I'm contacting the orcs, and they're doing a party, but I want them to knock back the Lord of Evil because I already had high faction bonus. But that would have been a really good chance to really boost up my reputation with them if it wasn't already high up. But as I was saying, I watch videos a lot while people play games, and I'm a very judgy uh, game watcher. So I watch videos and I watch the decisions that are made, and I go, no, why would you do that? You could have done this. Why would you do that? And Mara knows. Mara knows this about me because she watches me watch her do her games, and she watches me just go, why would you do that? There it is, and there's our roulette glory. We can finally close the school down to the minstrel. I'm so excited. He took half of our campaign to get him out. So we were finally getting some better um, fates too, and we're finally getting our circus handler fates as well. That's our first circus handler. We got some testers. Some people are still just getting really bad ones because they just don't have enough offered to them. I'm basically going to take anything that's going to improve rooms or learning rates or anything like that, because those kind of boosts carry forward into the campaign, into the future schools. Those don't just boost the current schools, they'll boost the next school that Mara plays, and the next schools in the campaign, so those carry forward. I'll also want to take librarians and workers and things like that, because there are some random events that will pop up, and if we've graduated those kinds of students, then we'll be able to choose certain options. And we finally got a dolman, so we can finally start letting them actually work on more nature magic. And building up towards our second star, we're finally going to start getting. This is where things are finally going to start picking up for us. Is in this back half of the campaign. We've gotten some really bad draws in the cards in the first portion of the campaign, but we're finally gonna start getting some better luck here. Not much better, but hopefully enough. I'm just gonna take in students as fast as possible and kind of sort them through. And I'm gonna start sorting them through with an eye towards getting the circus handlers, because I need 20 of them. All right, and we're gonna shut the tavern down. Our students are above earthly pleasures. They will no longer be going to the tavern. We're gonna get rid of the global modifier that's slowing down everybody's learning, and now everybody's going to be great. Oh, and our peasants are wondering if we can help them with the Adventurers Guild spending their days spreading chaos across the village, a troll murder here, a loud party there, and if we could tell him to calm down. We don't have a high enough reputation with the king to have him handle it and make everybody happy. A firestorm would kind of negate our prestige with everybody, but the other options kind of really negate with everybody. So we're just gonna go with the firestorm, and we'll just sacrifice, I think, because I don't want to go and just choose one over the other. I'll just take the penalty against both of them. We're not gonna choose favorites. Let's see. I guess we'll take a medical bed because that'll give us money and let a student just randomly regain health when they sleep in it. And then we got our military spare lets people get a passionate trait, but I'm not too interested in that. None of these are really great, but I think I'll go ahead and I'll take the interdimensional room just so that they have another arcane room, just more rooms to learn more magic and open up more job opportunities. Enchantment. We're finally getting classrooms. These are the types of things that I really wanted to get in the early portion of the campaign on this school. We're getting some really bad teacher options, and that's probably because of our Adventurers Guild reputation isn't great. And I believe the curse that I took is also responsible for that. That's fine. I'd love to take the pig chamber, but we're going to take the stable because we need beast magic, and we have not got a stable yet. And that's really vital towards the circus handler. So now we're really going to start kicking up towards getting our circus handlers coming out there. And we still don't have any shadow magic classrooms. We just have the basic shadow classroom where they study general shadow magic. We'll go ahead and take the teacher's lounge, make the teachers a little bit happier. We'll put it above their private apartments and refectory. I think that's a private apartment. Oh no, wait, that's an alchemy classroom. You know, we'll just put it on that side. It doesn't have to be a perfect build. Like I said, my cards have been kind of crap. We'll go visit the adventurers because I want better students. They're complaining about their armor. Let's see, some yelling on your left grabs your attention. How am I supposed to fight with this old junk? We'll never win with such worthless weapons. I will take the... I already have magic armor, so I think I'm going to take the weapons rack because I'd rather pay alchemy and get weapons rack than get another thing of holy armor. And I'll put the weapons rack in the trophy room so that it impacts multiple rooms rather than... See, some cows have disappeared. There's one missing. It's the prettiest, too. Was it me? No, of course not, dear neighbor. I would never steal a cow. And certainly not from you. I'm lactose intolerant. Some of my students are elves. Other students are vampires. What could we possibly have? Well, actually, new elves. No. I want the elves. Elves are great. Elves are fantastic students because when you have an elf as a student, they will only learn or they will only provide the top 4 best job options when they graduate. So if they learn enough magic, being a peasant or being dead isn't even an option when they graduate because, well, they're an elf. They only take the top 4 best options. But they also only study in like the classrooms that are like level 4 and above in your school. So you got to make sure that you have mates. And then here I want to get the most educated students because we're towards the last half of the campaign and I want to start getting students that are going to be learning better and faster. It's going to mean that I'm going to have less students coming in, but that's not a bad thing when we're this close to the Army of Darkness. Let's see. Apprentice healers make the infirmities more efficient. I've already taken in a lot of them, but they could do better, but they didn't. We're just gonna speed through these here. Yeah, that's good enough. And you'll see we're finally starting to get like just some little bits. A mirror manufacturer, cloisters, herbalists. So we're finally starting to get some variety in our graduates. Not much, but that's all right. We're meeting the king. He wants somebody to competent to train his son for battle for weeks, or he's been looking for it. Somebody. We're gonna go ahead and train his son to wield weapons to get the faction reputation up, and that'll make him very happy with us, which is what we want. And I want a new house, I believe, because I don't need the basic rooms. I want a new house. I prefer to have an arcane house or a nature house, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to do light sleeper and arcane scholar. And we're going to let them study arcane and nature. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to speed through making this. There's the house. And now I need to pause the game and go redistribute my students among the houses. So we're going to take another look here. Now that we have an arcane house, I'm going to really put this focus. This arcane house is going to be the new focus for where I want my circus handlers to go. So if they're smart and they have any inkling towards the arcane or nature, I'm just gonna yeet them down here. And even if they don't, I might just yeet them down there. I might just save the smart class for those who like are smart and aren't able to study arcane or nature. It might just be the way that we go. It's really going to be touch and go because I'm kind of just going to speed through the student assignments for this. Getting the circus handler goal met is going to be the hardest part in this last bit of the game because the year is ending soon. And I know we're only like, feels like we're still in like the first half of the video. And you're like, how can you possibly say that the year is ending soon when we still have all this time? But trust me, the year is ending soon. There's not much time to do this. And we need to get it done. When you get towards the end of the campaign year, everything just starts rolling into itself. And you need, like, the game feels like it picks up speed, and you need to pick up speed with it. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to take a look through all of these guys. I'm going to do some sorting and make sure that I'm happy. All right, so I'm done sorting. I'm just changing the house focus for the general class. I almost messed up my alchemy and chose a better light class focus, but fixed that, and we're just changing all of the non-specialty classes so that they will focus as much as possible on nature and arcana as well, where possible, just to give us the best chance we have to get that circus handler. Because I'm not playing any chances. This is a 3-star run. We don't accept less than perfect, all right? I mean, it's okay to do less than perfect, but no, I need perfection, all right? This is what we're here for. We're here for 3 stars. We're here to make our life harder later in the campaign. And the merchant wants to give us a cleaning guy. I want the janitor. The janitor is actually a shadow card, and I think that he'll help me get more shadow mana, I hope. So we're just going to place him down. I'm just going to choose whoever. I don't think his pedagogy as a teacher means anything. He's not really teaching them, he's just cleaning the school. We'll take a room scriptorium and we'll just toss it down. I think if you have 2 rune scriptoriums and you go into a dungeon, I'm not planning to do any dungeon crawling. My guinea pig tower is not upgraded enough for that, for me to go out on enough things, but just because there are some events that require you to have multiple of certain classrooms. Ivy! Okay, my voice just broke there. But Ivy is great. Ivy increases the efficiency of all the rooms on the same level as you. And I'm going to put it in the library because the library is on 2 different levels, which means that all of the rooms on those 2 floors are going to have increased efficiency. And the library itself is going to have great efficiency with that Ivy there. And it's just going to be perfect. All right? It's just going to be great. We're going to go ahead. We're going to... we really need to get our factions up. I might visit the orcs. I don't want another thing, but I'm just going to ask them to go against the forces of evil because it's really getting up there. But I really am going to have to start making strides to get everybody's relationships up with me. I would love to get the special events and have like all of the requirements met to like get the big percentage kickbacks against the forces of evil. But our luck is not, we don't have the greatest luck on this run. Like our RNG is really bad. From the card draws to the events, like we're just not getting much here. But it's all right. We're going to make it work. I'm just going to throw, if they have the ability, even if they're dumb, I'm just going to put them in the special classes if they have the affinity for that magic. Because we're speed running this now, guys. Elementalist Dojo. I'm going to put one up top so that our elves will study elementalism as well, because like I said before, they won't study in any classroom that's below the 4th floor. They're picky. And now I'm going to start putting down some ingredient generators. So I just put that in the trophy room, and I will realize that later. The guild had somebody die to a giant squid. I can't do anything other than make them an angel and get some archangel wings, which is going to give a buff to all of my people that are studying light magic in the school, which is, I think, basically everybody. I think it makes them behave less or misbehave less. I don't remember what the buff is, and I didn't stop long enough on it to read it because I'm not a good Let's Player, I guess. And then we're just going to remind the orcs that we're friends. Be friends with us, orcs. We're going to sort out the students. Speeding the game up. We have a potted unicorn. I'm going to take that. See if I can't get any decent ingredients to start making potions. The royal banner, yes. I'll put that in the dormitory. I already have banners in the reverse refractory, so I'm just going to put it in the dormitory and start getting free reputation with the kingdom. Make my life a little bit easier. Because, yes, that's the curse I have. I have the curse that makes the reputations go down faster. And reputation gains happen not as easily. So anything to get better reputations. I mean, gold is nice, but I'd prefer to have better things. Circus handler, yo. So if you have a quest for a certain job, and that job is available to your, Yeah, he's in a shadow class and he didn't learn anything because there's no real classroom for them. Um, but anyways, if you have a quest for a certain job and that job's available to your students when they graduate, the game will automatically give them that job, no matter what percentage they have. And the parents are worried about discipline, but we have a prison, so no worries. We've given the castle a beautiful prison. There's plenty of discipline in our school. We've taken the measures. Um, so that's one thing that the game does to your benefit when you have the job goals is it will at least say, hey, your student has a chance to do this. We're just gonna give it to you. And then unicorn parkafit and cheese is just a destructive potion, which is useless to me. So the ingredients I have don't make anything useful. I'm finally gonna take a counselor's office and give my students, if they talk to a counselor, a better chance at better careers. I don't think I ever actually use the additional rerolls that offers the students, but it's nice to have anyways because there are special events. They're gonna go visit the orcs and remind them that we're friends again. We have an Impine. He teaches nature, elementalism, and I think necromancy. He'll get us mana in 3 different things, and then prestige during a different time of year as well. So he's helpful. You can get more students. And then I like getting the Phoenix in just in case I do go on a dungeon run. Like I said, I'm not planning to, but it never hurts to have a Phoenix in your castle. And we finally have a shadow room. So all those students in my shadow house can study and start to learn and get a hunting trophy. I'm just going to put it at the front of the school, make people come and go faster. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. And then Inquisition wants to set foot on the sun. They say, come close to the light and I will give you strength. They want us to help by building something to get closer to the glorious star so they can forget their dubious magical practices. We can get angel wings, mechanical wings for alchemy mana, fairy butterfly wings for nature mana, or shadow wing or infernal wings for shadow mana and dent in our reputation. I'm gonna go for the nature, I believe. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the fairy butterfly wings because I need to start getting stuff to boost my nature stuff. And this doesn't actually boost my nature. It just makes them not misbehave as much. But whatever. We're gonna go visit the orcs again. And it's party time. Whoa, party. More elves. More deep ones. Starting to lose my voice. I apologize if it starts cracking or anything like that. I'm gonna get false season shoulder pads. I'll go ahead and I'll do that. I really should have grabbed the pig chamber there. So as I said, I'm not going to do any dungeon crawling, but just in case we get attacked, I like to grab things. I'm gonna sell ingredients because if all I can make is a destructive potion, then I'm not gonna sit here and make a bunch of destructive potions. I'm just gonna take the mana. I wouldn't normally sell my ingredients, but I don't like having a ton of cards in my deck. It slows down the game. I'm gonna sell this too. And then I'm gonna pull from the shadow deck, and I'm going to regret it later, but it gets us a crypt. Alright, and then we're gonna go visit the orc camp. And now I regret grabbing the shadow deck because I need 100 shadow mana and I just pulled from the shadow deck. And if I hadn't done that, we could have knocked back the Lord of Darkness by 8.5% by gathering the orcs in the briefing room to prepare a surprise attack, because they gathered together to infiltrate the Lord of Evil's army, and they had crucial knowledge that could help us in the fight against the evil. And that's such a rare event, and it's one of the best events that you can get to help you knock him back. The Adventurers Guild has a problem with their familiar. I'm gonna go ahead and get loot. Of course, there's a reliquary there. I'm gonna take the Demon Tapestry so we can start getting more shadow mana. I'm just gonna toss it down just in case we get another orc event. Mellowings. This is a pet that will give us potion ingredients. So I'm gonna set that down. We completed the merchant quest. So we have 1 star. We're in year 9 and we've completed 1 star. We're on our way to the nature one, slowly but surely. You can do so much better than village mage. I want great priest. Yes. Circus handler, nature priestess, circus handler, herbalist, venture. We can do better. Okay, apparently not. Circus handler, adventurer, clockwinder. I like clockwinders. They're not like a very, like wizard apprentice and clockwinders aren't like huge jobs, but like I like them as jobs because they just sound fun. I don't care about prestige. And then that shoulder margin just means that they don't get hit by aberrations anymore. And the sacred halos stop them from being impacted by hunger, I believe. So we're just going to use both of those. I'm going to take another banner, because anything that helps with getting reputation gains so that I don't have to use my visits on another faction is good for me. I'm going to go back to the orc camp because they're not happy with us right now. We're going to party. Go ahead and we're gonna take, I believe, a spell book. Give them more chances to gain a specialization in a class of magic. We'll put it in the dolmen. Get nature specialization. I really need that nature mana. War drums. Stable. Let's level up the stable. And this will get us alchemy regent. So we can make a destructive potion and an alchemy regent. Mechanical rings. Students with mechanical wings will get more likely to get more prestigious futures. So we'll go ahead and we'll play that. That's helpful. By way of in-game score, which I've never really cared about, but we'll go ahead and we'll pretend that we do. The only score I care about in the game is the stars. If I get 3 stars on my school, then I'm happy. Which, okay, if I get 3 stars on my school and I manage to get a archmage in the later schools, then I'm even more happy. But that's another thing. Archmages are end game. The teachers want new tools. Let's see. So we can negotiate with the Inquisition to get books, we can get a Royal Grant, or we can get some new manuals. So the funny thing is there are 2 different cards called a library in the game. One's the room library, and one's an actual like item card called the library, which are just books that you can place down. This is the item card called the library, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take it and set it down for them. And And that's just going to uh, make the room more efficient, I think. Yeah. So they'll learn faster in the room. And I don't know why they named two different cards library. Uh, Seems confusing, but there you have it. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll take a medicine cabinet. It'll get active characters in the room to get more health over time. We have some characters with our hypochondriacs, so they just lose health on their own, and then aberrations do health. And we have an infirmary, but it never hurts to have a medicine cabinet. I think there's an event that having a medicine cabinet helps out with. Though if we haven't gotten it at this point, then we probably won't get it. Even still, we're still nearing the end of the school. We're still not very close to our circus handler, but let's see. What other potions can we get? We got cheese. I want to do, I think, a parka fit hat and meal wing feathers. I finally got a parka fit hat, but I still haven't moved it out of the trophy room. So past me still has to realize that I set that down in a room that doesn't frequent people. So for quick lesson on items that generate ingredients. If the ingredient generation item is not moving, like the mill wings move around, and the there are some other item generators that move around, but the cheese table does not move. It's in the refectory, so there are students that go in there and it'll generate cheese. The potted plant, unicorn plant, that doesn't move. It's in a room where students frequent and teachers frequent, so it will generate that. The parka fit plant needs to be in a room that characters frequent, and the trophy room is not one of those rooms. So, the second here, I believe I'm going to realize my mistake, or at some point in the future, I'm going to realize my mistake and I'm going to move that into an actual classroom so I can hopefully get more of those ingredients. Oh, the Inquisition wants help saving from the sun again. And we're going to take, I believe, mechanical wings again and lower the level requirement for students to equip those. All right, so my potions that I can make so far are Alchemical Regents, Destruction Potion, and Void Potion. Only one of those is useful to me. A Void Potion could be useful if I had aberrations happening, but I've severely cut down my aberration occurrences in my school just by the items that are equipped for my students and the type of students that I have. So there's not very many accidents that happen. There's not very many fires or things like that that are really happening. Purple dragon. I love the dragons. The dragons are great. The purple dragon is for arcane magic, so any student it comes across, and it will travel around the school. Any student it comes across will learn arcane magic faster and generate more mana for that class of magic. I'm gonna go visit the orcs again because we need their faction up. It's a party, so we're gonna go ahead and party. We're really getting close to the end of the campaign. Celestial Fireflies gives us more mana from events. We're just gonna toss that somewhere. Millwing Feathers I already have. Have I noticed the parka fit yet? I'm past me is really slow about this. Wait, there it is. I've realized my mistake, guys. All right, past me. Good job. Set it down in the potion workshop. It's not going to do us much good with how late in the campaign it is and how long it took me to realize it, but past me got there. So learn from my mistakes. If you play Spellcaster University and you get items that you can set down in a room to generate potion ingredients, don't put it somewhere that your students and teachers aren't going to frequent. Don't put it in a trophy room because it's not going to do you much good. Um, we'll go ahead and we'll get the Shamrock Staff to get more nature mana because I need to complete that star. And also more mana, less problem. Protective Spirit. Scholar. I like that. That helps for future. Well-behaved trait is good. Adventure. There's a lot of adventurers. We could do better. Librarians are good to take. Hey, look, a perk event. And a cleaning potion. And we have a janitor, so there's really nothing for me to use a cleaning potion on. So I could use these potions, the void potion and the cleaning potion, on events, but they're not very useful events either. And I'm kind of late in the game to be having them. I think I have a couple more combinations that I can try, but they probably won't do me much good. Oh, cows have disappeared again. But no, neighbor, I would never take your cow. Just gonna speed through. Now, when students come in, I'm gonna do my best to grab them as quickly as possible to give them as much time as possible for them to study because we're getting really close to the end of the year. Ooh, a painting. Paintings reduces the growth rate of needs. Let's see what kind of paintings we can get. I'm gonna zoom in here. Zoom. Oh, a little bit more. A little bit more. Pause the game. Zoom a little bit more. It's a man on a boat. It's a lake, a duck, man on a boat, guy in a scar, duck lake. Which one do we do? I like the lake. Yeah, we're gonna go with the lake. I don't know why there's just a random painting of some mage looking all like ominous and stuff, but we definitely aren't doing that. All right, I think our reputation's high enough with everybody. Yeah, it's all over 75, so we're gonna go try for a special event with the king. He's going on a hunt. So I'm gonna ask him to kick back the Lord of Evil because it doesn't take much reputation with him, and I'm getting reputation with him fast, and I really need to start kicking the Lord of Evil back. My guinea pig chamber is not high enough level for me to get many more. And I'll take more wings and lower the level requirement for them. I really wish I had taken more pig chambers. Usually when I play, I try to take as many of the pig chambers as possible to level it up because the more efficient it gets, the more expeditions you can go out with the pig to visit the other factions, and the more you can kick back the Lord of Evil to really extend your campaign with the school and just do more things with the school. Like just get more graduates, complete the stars, have more time to complete your quests without so much crunch time, and really just build up your prestige and your boost for your future campaigns. Because the more certain graduates you have, the better percentage is of chance you have for certain traits, and the better certain classrooms and rooms in general will perform in the next schools. So it's just ideal to try and hold out the school as long as possible so you can get more of the higher degree graduates, which really is just not happening this time around because we just had really bad RNG with our decks. Like we've managed some we've managed to improve some of the light rooms, and we've gotten some librarians and things like that. Mysterious blueprints and an unfinished golem. I really wish I'd gotten both of these earlier. The blueprints increase intelligence, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'll take them. And I'll just put them somewhere that students frequent. Usually I put them in a library or like the refectory, but I think I'll just toss them into a classroom. If I can find somewhere. Where did I put these? I put them in the other refectory. Haha. That's right, because I had 2 refectories. And then we're going to go to the king again. The 3rd floor conundrum. I'm just going to ignore this event and ask him to kick back the Lord and be full again. I don't care. I don't care about your 3rd floor forms. They need new tools again, okay? We'll get you another library from the Inquisition. And we'll put it in the Elemental Dojo. And we'll get Backfinery. Not that it's any helpful because I don't do dungeons this run. We completed our 2nd star. We have the nature specialist complete. Now we just need our circus handlers. Really is killing me, circus handlers. I got those classrooms so late into the campaign. And I have so many ingredients. Just gonna make potions. And now we're just gonna use all these alchemy element reagents. And now we have we can make one more. Let's do it. Oh, well, maybe not. See, I barely remember what I did when I played this through. Did I mention, guys, that I recently recovered from a bacteria mutagen? We're just doing great in this house. A guinea pig is a pet that will increase the chances of rare events happening when you go to visit. And if I had gotten that earlier in the campaign, I would have been ecstatic. We're kind of late in the game for it. But you know what? We'll try it out anyway. And hope that we get some rare events happening. I'll go ahead and I'll take a skull. I don't care about the reputation points anymore. We're too late for that. Maybe we can lose unionized traits with the teachers. Put it in one of the teacher rooms. Oh no, I put it in the trophy room. So it could affect the other 4 rooms. Alright, fair enough. Regent? No, void potion. Rare event. And it's a hunt. Enjoy the hunt, Your Majesty. I cry. I only have like enough time to get maybe 3 more visits out of the way. Inquisition or a white dragon? I want a dragon. I love the dragons. If you go to the lake, the dragons are vital for the lake. But I just love the dragons anyways. Because they're beautiful creatures. Put them down in front of the school. The orcs want to gather for combat. And even though we're friends, I'm just going to pay them, I think. Because it never hurts to bribe your friends with gold. And remind them that we're friends. All right, we have more graduates. The infirmaries are enough. Sure. Circus handler, circus handler, circus handler. We're getting them. You could do better. Apparently not. Circus handler. Undertaker, yo. Circus handler. Librarian. Clockmaker. I'm so sick of the adventures. But I guess I'll pay for that. Could have done so much better than peasant or adventurer, but alright, so we have 11 circus handlers, we just need 9 more. And we're coming towards the end of the campaign, so I bet you we'll probably get them as we're fleeing the Army of Darkness. Because we're in year 12, I don't know if I can if I'll manage to drag out the campaign for the school long enough for another year to pass and get like a full graduation class. I don't know if I should even be taking in any more students. Magical Theory Doctorate. I could have used this at the beginning of the campaign too. That improves a teacher substantially. So I want to find a teacher that's like mediocre and toss it on there. And it'll be this elementalism dojo. And it's not gonna really reflect on him, but it's gonna show that he has the effect of the doctorate. I don't want a gazebo. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade the counselor's office, because why not? Make it look fancy. I shouldn't be taking these students in. They're not gonna learn enough to make any kind of graduation, but we'll try anyway. We'll do a psychologist, just because, you know, the Lord of Evil's bearing down on us. Maybe some of our students could use a psychologist. An assassin's arena for anybody that wants to try and become an assassin in the last 3 months of their school life. Oh, we're so close to that 3rd star. I can taste it. I need a goody pig. I wish my goody tower was better. I'm just like, if you see my mouse over here on the left side of the screen, I'm just rapidly going to start clicking over there to try and get events. Okay, so here's the meeting with the king. This is a rare event, and it's useless. It seems like a war council is happening in the throne room. The kings of neighboring kingdoms have gathered to plan an attack against the Lord of Evil. We can ask for reinforcements. It takes the Lord of Evil's strength down by 3%, which is exactly what it would do if we just asked him to attack the Lord of Evil instead. So it's basically a free kickback on the Lord of Evil without ruining a reputation with the king. But it's so useless compared to the orcs event, and I'm so upset. Because it's probably going to be the last one, but you'll see my mouse. I'm going to like just hope for another goody pig to come through as we're going into a burning down school. I'm just going to kind of hope for more events. I'm not going to take in these students. I'm just going to... Am I going to take in these students? Pass me? Am I going to do it? Oh, I did. Pass me. Why did I do that? Oh, pass me. Pass me. I shouldn't have done that. You should not. If your school is burning on the timeline map, you shouldn't take in new students. They're not going to be there long enough to learn anything. They're just going to be peasants when they graduate. That doesn't help you. If your school is burning, don't take in new students. They're not gonna have time to learn. All right, and I'm just rapid clicking. The orcs are hungry. I have cheese, so I'm gonna give them cheese. And then you see my mouse over here. I'm just rapid clicking because I'm hoping for a goody pig event. Just hoping that will come in clutch at the end and get me more time. And it did. I didn't see it. I'm gonna go to the orcs. They didn't give me the orc special event, but I'm just going to ask them to kick him back 3% and buy me a little bit more time, so my school is half burning down. But I'm not going to get another goody pig event. So we're just going to watch as the school burns. And this is it. This is the end. There's no point in drawing more cards. This is the end of the school. All right. I'm I'm gonna trash these. We're not gonna bring in more students. All right, the army of darkness has arrived. It's the enemy. We cannot defend ourselves. We have to run. Let's not waste any time. I'm going to give you diplomas personally. Circus handler, that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. We need 9. Apprentice healer. Mirror manufacturer. Librarian. Hallucinogen plant gardener. So negative prestige doesn't, just because the circus handler, that's 4. Nature priestess, just because I've said this before too, just because a future has negative prestige, that's 5, has negative prestige or 0 prestige, doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It just means that your school isn't going to get prestige for having that person graduate. Some of those futures have high points for getting that future. That's 6, I think. I think that's 6. Youth potion seller. So that's a new one. You'll notice some of these will be stuff that gives me boosts for right now. That's 7. But the librarians give me worker traits. That's 8, and that's 9. That should be the last one that it automatically gives. The librarians have traits with the worker traits go into the future. I'm trying to re-roll some of them just to, and the Princess Healer's boosts go into the future too. I'm just trying to re-roll stuff. Elementalism dojos are more efficient. That's good. Adventurer, I don't need gold. Rune scriptorians are more efficient. That's good. I don't need more gold. King reputation gains by 1%. That's good. But see here, where it shows that I can get a circus handler, but it didn't make me a circus handler, that means that quest is complete. I have 3 stars, because if it wasn't, it would have automatically given me a circus handler for this student. So we're good. We have 3 stars. Village mage, this is somebody that just was not there long enough. We have 49 remaining. Naturalist, signature. So as I go through these, I'm going to really just kind of look on the side, and I'm basically going to try to just pull the better or the rarer futures that will give the next school a better boost. Yeah, so the last 5 of these guys were like just all peasants because they just did not have enough time to learn. That's it. That's the end of my school. I got 3 stars. I got a legendary spell book for Mara. Here's some of my point scores. So we have, you see how there's like these numbers on the left hand side. So circus handler was worth 15, but I got my 20, so that completed my star. Apprentice healer, peasants, I got 15 of them, which isn't great, but it's fine. Nobody died. Great priest was worth 50. Scholar, I got 2 of those, worth 50. There's a great priest. And I went past that fast. Mirror manufacturer was worth 30 points. Scholar, 50. Hallucinogen plant gardener. See, that was a -1 prestige, but it's worth 50 points. So that's what I mean by like, just because it's a negative prestige doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, because it has a point score in the back end. And it's not really high, like in the early game. It's like nature priest and naturalist, those are 75. So the point scores can get up there in the later games of a campaign, like when you really start gain the ability to really train up your students and get things like arch druids and arch mages and things like that. If the RNG really works with you, you'll get paths that are like worth 100 points or like 150 and just really, really high points. But we did really good on this. Like I got 3 stars. I beat the minstrel out. We trained 161 students. We did 12 school years. I ended up with 132 prestige, which isn't bad. My reputation was 18 on average, which I mean, I went on 32 pigs quests, drew 83 cards. Like, it's not bad. And Miranda gets to choose a 3-star book. So she'll get a really good book to choose from, and she'll get a really heavy curse to choose from. And now we just pray that she doesn't make a bad choice. Because if she makes a bad choice, then I'm going to have to deal with it after she deals with it. But you know what? I'll put my faith in Miranda. I'll put my faith in Mara, and hope that she can do it. So we'll end it here. Happy hunting, guys.